Welcome to the online sessions of Renewable Energy Engineering. Myself Praveen Jinjala from Alger Institute of Engineering and Technology. In today's session, we will discuss about the power extraction from wind. Means how to extract power from wind by utilization of wind turbine. So then throughout session we will discuss about the how to extract the power. In this session we will also discuss about the how to extract the maximum power or what is the Batts limit or maximum efficiency or maximum torque and maximum axial thrust to the wind turbine. So the throughout session we will discuss about the extraction of power and different equation related to the wind turbine. So let's start our session. First of all we discuss about the power coefficient. Means it is the ratio of power of wind turbine to power available in wind. Means power of wind turbine divided by power available in wind. In the previous session we have also discussed power available in wind. Means P is equal to 1/2 rho A V cube and area is equal to swept area, rho is equal to density and V cube is equal to velocity of wind. So then previous available in wind. So the power coefficient is nothing but one type of fraction of free flow wind power that can be extracted by a wind turbine rotor. So the maximum theoretical power coefficient is equal to the 0.593 or we can also say that maximum efficiency of wind turbine is 59.3% because it's called a Batts limit and it is the maximum efficiency. So we cannot increase the efficiency to the 59.3%. So this is the maximum efficiency. So or it's called Batts limit. So throughout session we will derive the equations of efficiency, power, thrust and maximum power. So now we are starting the derivation from power extraction from wind. And in throughout power extraction equation we are considering this is the horizontal axis wind turbine, this is the propeller type wind blade, this is the rotor, this is the shaft, this is the gearbox, this is the generator and this is the nacelle. So the by utilizations of different component we can also extract the equation to the power for wind turbine. First of all we discuss about the pressure versus distance and velocity versus distance curve. This is our inlet point, means this is the incoming side, this is the inlet and this is the B is equal to outlet and this is the exit side. So then power equation by the traveling of wind turbine, this is our PA is equal to pressure at a inlet side, PB is equal to pressure at a outlet side and this is the incoming side and this is the exit side. Same in velocity, this is the incoming side velocity, VA is equal to velocity at a inlet of blade, VB is equal to velocity at a outlet of blade and V is equal to exit velocity and this is the turbine velocity constant and this is the constant pressure. So the whenever air will be strike to the our turbine and this is our turbine blade, A to B is equal to our turbine blade. Whenever air will be strike to the our turbine blade, so pressure will be dropped from inlet to the outlet. So that outlet pressure will be below atmospheric pressure. This is the atmospheric pressure line. Horizontal line is atmosphere. After the some time due to the atmospheric condition, pressure will be achieved to the atmospheric pressure. So we can also say that incoming side pressure is equal to outgoing side pressure. Or this is the PI is equal to inlet side pressure and P is equal to outlet pressure. And here the variation of pressure due to the wind turbine wheel. Turbine. So it has a kinetic energy due to the velocity. So it will be strike to the wind turbine. This is the inlet portion. And after the travel or after the passing through the wind turbine, velocity will be decreased. And at a outlet velocity is equal to VB and at a exit velocity it's called VE. So this is the simple diagram, pressure versus distance and velocity versus distance. So the what is positions of pressure and velocity in the turbine blade. Generally terms used in incoming wind pressure, Vi is equal to incoming wind velocity, P is equal to wind pressure at a exit, V is greater than V, because Vi is equal to incoming side and V is equal to exit side. Now we are considering the potential energy is equal to 0, kinetic energy head is equal to V square by 2G, internal energy U is equal to 0, flow work is equal to PV, and net head added is equal to 0 and net work done is equal to 0. And we are considering G is equal to 1 meter square per second, means gravitational acceleration. Applying the energy equation, consider the flow energy and kinetic energy of wind. Means we are applying the energy equation. Means energy at a incoming side is equal to energy at a incoming plane. And we can also same comparison with the energy at a exit side. So first of all we will derive the equation energy at a incoming side and energy at a inlet plane. So same equation we can also replace by the energy at a outlet plane side and energy at a exit plane side. So here we are applying the total energy. Total energy means U1 is equal to internal energy at a incoming side, P and V is equal to flow work at a incoming side, V square by 2G means kinetic energy at a incoming side, Z1 is equal to potential energy and delta Q is equal to net head added. So the at a incoming side is equal to at a inlet plane. So the inlet plane we are considering PA. So is equal to U2 means internal energy, flow energy, kinetic energy, potential energy and net work done. So this is the equation energy balance between the inlet plane and incoming side. So the by utilization of this equation, or we are considering in this equation potential energy is equal to 0, internal energy is equal to 0, delta Q and delta W is equal to 0. So our final equation will be PIV means flow energy at the incoming side, kinetic energy at the incoming side is equal to flow energy at a inlet side, inlet of blade and flow kinetic energy at a inlet plane. So by this equation from the by separating the specific volume V. So here the PI V1 square Vi square by 2V because we are separating or commoning the V and cancelling from both sides. So the in right hand side PA Va square by 2V. So the specific volume is equal to density. So we are inserting the 1 upon V is equal to rho. So the final equation Pi plus rho Vi square by 2 is equal to Pa plus rho Va square by 2. So by same applying the energy equation to the exit side means comparison between the outlet plane PB and exit side of wind turbine. So we will also get the same equation P plus rho V square by 2 is equal to PB plus rho VB square by 2. So this is the energy equation at a incoming side and at a exit side. Our main purpose is to find out the pressure difference means PA minus PB. So what is the pressure difference at a incoming and outlet plane of wind turbine? In this equation we also consider that Vi inlet velocity is greater than inlet plane velocity. Same is like the velocity at a outlet plane is greater than velocity at a exit. Same is like pressure at a inlet plane is equal to greater than incoming side pressure and pressure at a outlet plane is less than the at a exit side. So same we can also discuss in diagram of pressure versus distance and velocity versus distance. So the by PA minus PB, from this equation, our main purpose is to find out PA minus PB. So from both equation, PA minus PB, we will get the final equation. PA minus PB is equal to PI plus rho VI square minus VA square by 2 minus PE plus rho V square minus VB square by 2. And this equation, we are consuming that or assuming that PE is equal to PI, means incoming side pressure is equal to exit side pressure, and VT is equal to VA and VB, and VT we are considering the wind turbine velocity. So in equation we are inserting the PE is equal to PI and VA is equal to VB is equal to VT. So we will get the final equation PA minus PB is equal to rho. PI and PE cancel. Rho we are taking the common. VI square by 2 minus V square by 2, because VA square by 2 minus VB square by 2 will be cancelled, because we are considering the VA is equal to VB. So the final equation will be PA minus PB is equal to rho VI square minus V square by 2, means incoming side velocity square minus exit side velocity square. Now we will discuss about if the A is projected area of wind turbine perpendicular to the wind stream, means we are taking the area as a perpendicular to the wind flow is equal to A. So the force will be pressure into area, or axial force we will consider at a P into A, pressure into area, and we have also derived the equation for pressure difference PA minus PB into area. So the equation of PA minus PB is equal to rho VI square minus V square by 2. So the final force is equal to rho A VI square minus V square by 2. And we can also say that axial force also equal to the change of momentum. In fluid mechanics, or according to the Newton's law, we also derive the equation axial force is equal to change of momentum. So we can also write that axial force is equal to change of momentum, means delta m into velocity. So the final force may be axial force, m is equal to rho AV and V is equal to velocity difference, means Vi minus Ve. So by both equation, this equation we have derived PA minus PB and final axial force, and we can also say that axial force is equal to change of momentum. So we can also say that rho A Vi square minus V square by 2 is equal to rho A Vt Vi minus Ve. So by comparing the both equation, we will get the final equation of force is equal to rho A Vi square minus V square by 2 is equal to change of momentum, means rho A Vt Vi minus Ve. So by simplification, rho A will be cancelled. So Vi square minus V square by 2 is equal to Vt Vi minus Ve. So we will get the final equation Vt is equal to, here the Vi minus V and Vi minus V can be cancelled, because the Vi square minus V square we can also write that Vi minus V into Vi plus Ve. It is the mathematical equation. So we can also write that Vt is equal to Vi plus V by 2, or we can also say that Vt is equal to average velocity of incoming and outgoing side, or Vt is equal to Vi plus V divided by 2. Now we will consider the total thermodynamic system boundary by I and E. So we are applying the boundary condition at a incoming side and exit side. So the change in kinetic energy is equal to work. So the kinetic energy incoming side minus kinetic energy exit side. So we can also say that 1/2 mv square Vi square minus V square by 2. P is equal to defined as rate of work done, and we can also derive the equation from kinetic energy. work is equal to change in kinetic energy, and we are applying the boundary condition at a incoming and exit side. So the power is equal to rate of doing work, means mass flow rate into kinetic energy, 1/2 mv square. Here we are taking the boundary condition, so here vi square minus ve square, and mass flow rate is equal to rho a vt, means density into swept area into velocity of turbine or average velocity, into this is the vi square minus ve square by 2. So the by simplifying this equation, we can also get, or we can also inserting the value of Vt. In the previous slide, we have derived the equations of Vt. Vt is equal to Vi plus V divided by 2. So the here simply insert the value of Vt. So the final equation is equal to 1/4 rho A Vi plus V into Vi square minus Ve square. So this is the power equation. This is the final equation of power, means power extraction from wind. But our purpose is to find out the maximum power from wind. For the maximum power, we can also derivation of this equation by or with respect to the axis velocity, and is equal to 0. So we will get the maximum condition, and we will insert this in equation condition, we will get the maximum power. So clear about, first of all, this is the equation of power. We want to find out the maximum power from wind. So we have to also derivation of with respect to V, because power also depend on axis velocity. By changing the axis velocity, we can also get the maximum power. Here we are minusing inlet velocity. So we have to also derivation with respect to the axis velocity. So the by derivation of this equation with respect to the V, we will get the some condition. If we insert this condition in this equation, so we will get the maximum power. So the for maximum power, derivation of power with respect to the axis velocity. Here the simplify this equation, this is the Vi into Vi, means Vi cube, Vi minus Vi, V square plus Vi, V into Vi square minus Ve cube. So the by inserting or by derivation of this equation, this is the V, means here the V E cube, here the VE cube. So 3 will be in multiplication, and 3 minus 1 is equal to 2. Here we are derivation with respect to the V. So V into Vi square, or we can also say that Vi and VE. So the by derivation of V square, this is the Vi and VE square, 2 will be in multiplication, 2 minus 1, so is equal to 1. And also multiplication of Vi and Vi square and VE. So this is the derivation of Vi square, means V derivation of VE with respect to the VE is equal to 1. So this is the final equation. By simplification of this equation is equal to 0. By simplification of this equation, we can also get the 3V minus Vi into V minus Vi. This is the mathematical equation. Or we can also say that 3V Vi minus 1V Vi. So we can also simplify this equation. So finally we will get the V is equal to Vi from this equation. 3V minus Vi into V minus Vi is equal to 0. So the by mathematical equation, we will get the condition V is equal to Vi, and V is equal to 1/2 Vi. This is not possible because the inlet and outlet velocity will be same, so we will not get power, because the power is equal to rate of work done, and work done is equal to change in kinetic energy. So for the change in kinetic energy, we have to also difference in velocity. So this is the Vi is equal to V is not possible. So this condition we are considering, means axis velocity is equal to Vi by 3. It is the third of inlet velocity, and this is the optimum axis velocity, or we can also say that it is the conditions of maximum power. So the inserting the V is equal to Vi by 3 in the power, so we will get the maximum power. So by inserting the V is equal to Vi by 3 in power equation, so we will get the maximum power is equal to 8 by 27 rho A V cube. So this is our equations of maximum power. And we can also derive the ideal or maximum theoretical efficiency or power coefficient, means maximum power divided by total power. So we will get the maximum efficiency. And this is the 8 by 27 rho A V cube maximum power, and total power we have also derived power X available in wind, means 1/2 rho A V cube. So the maximum efficiency is equal to 16 by 17 because rho A V cube and rho A V cube will be cancelled. So the final power coefficient is equal to 0.593, means it's called Bad's limit. Its efficiency near to 59.3%. So this is the maximum efficiency of wind turbine. So it's called Bad's limit. In many times exam also ask the equation for Bad's limit. So you have to also derive this equation, means maximum efficiency. First of all, you have to derive the equation of power, then after the maximum power, and maximum efficiency, maximum power divided by total power, and you will get the answer of maximum percent. So it's called Bad's limit. Means torque, power divided by angular velocity, power divided by pi d n. The omega is equal to angular velocity of wind turbine, radian per second, n is equal to rotation speed of shaft, and d is equal to diameter of wind turbine. Power. Total power of wind. V cube. Direction from wind or in wind. In the previous lecture we have derived the power available in wind. By 4 d square. So we will get the total power equation is equal to 1/8 rho pi d square in V cube. In this equation, torque is equal to power by angular velocity. We will get the answer. Wind turbine. Final equation. N. So this is the equation of maximum torque. This is torque. So calculate the maximum axial force. So A axial thrust. Vi by 3. Is equal to pi by 9 pi square, means the design of wind turbine. About the of wind turbine. This is the aerofoil shape of our wind turbine. Power. U square. So calculate the leap force.